जय गोपीजनवल्लभा जय गिरिवरधारी जय जशोदनन्दना जय व्रजजनरञ्जना जय जशोदनन्दना जयो व्रजजनरञ्जना जय जमुनातीरवनचारी जय कुञ्जविहारी जय जमुनातीरवनचारी जय कुञ्जविहारी जय राधा माधवा जय कुञ्जविहारी जय राधा माधवा जय कुञ्जविहारी जय गोपीजनवल्लभा जयो गिरिवरधारी जय जशोदनन्दना जय व्रजजनरञ्जना जय जमुनातीरवनचारी जय कुञ्जविहारी जय जमुनातीरवनचारी जय कुञ्जविहारी हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. जयो राधा माधव, राधा माधव, राधा माधव श्री राधे. जय प्रभुपादा, 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 श्रील प्रभुपादा. जय गुरुदेवा, 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 श्रील गुरुदेवा. श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, श्री श्री राधा माधव की जय, श्री श्री निताय सच्चिदानंद देव भगवान की जय, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे. हरि हरि बोल. Hare Krishna. So we will read from the second chapter of the Gita, verse number 14. And before that, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupah Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha. Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute. Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. We are reading from the second chapter of the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, verse number 14. So I will read the verse. You can repeat after me. Matra sparshastu kaunteya शीतोष्ण सुख दुःखदा आगमापायिनो नित्यास् तां स्थितिक्षस्व भारत। Anyone else? Matra sparshas kaunteya शीतोष्ण सुख दुःखदा आगमापायिनो नित्यास् तां स्थितिक्षस्व भारत। मात्र स्पर्शस्तु कौन्तेय शीतोष्ण सुख दुःखदा आगमापायिनो नित्यास् स्थितिक्षस्व भारत। माताजी's स्पर्शस्तु कौन्तेय शीतोष्ण सुख दुःखदा आगमापायिनो नित्यास् तां स्थितिक्षस्व भारत। मात्र स्पर्शस्तु कौन्तेय शीतोष्ण सुख दुःखदा आगमापायिनो नित्यास् तां स्थितिक्षस्व भारत। मात्र स्पर्शस्तु कौन्तेय शीतोष्ण सुख दुःखदा आगमापायिनो नित्यास् तां स्थितिक्षस्व भारत। Okay, translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. O son of Kunti, the non-permanent appearance of happiness and distress and their disappearance in due course are like the appearance and disappearance of winter and summer seasons. They arise from sense perception, O Scion of Bharata, and one must learn to tolerate them without being disturbed. Purport. In the proper discharge of duty, one has to learn to tolerate non-permanent appearances and disappearances of happiness and distress. According to Vedic injunction, one has to take his bath early in the morning, even during the month of Magha, January through February. It is very cold at that time, but in spite of that, a man who abides by the religious principles does not hesitate to take his bath. Similarly, a woman does not hesitate to cook in the kitchen in the months of May and June, the hottest parts of the summer season. One has to execute his duty in spite of climatic inconveniences. Similarly, to fight is the religious principle of the Kshatriyas, and although one has to fight with some friend or relative, one should not deviate from his prescribed duty. One has to follow the prescribed rules and regulations of religious principles in order to rise up to the platform of knowledge, because by knowledge and devotion only can one liberate himself from the clutches of Maya or illusion. The two different names of address given to Arjuna are also significant. To address him as Kaunteya signifies his great blood relations from his mother's side, and to address him as Bharata signifies his greatness from his father's side. From both sides, he is supposed to have a great heritage. A great heritage brings responsibility in the matter of proper discharge of duties. Therefore, he cannot avoid fighting. O son of Kunti, the non-permanent appearance of happiness and distress and their disappearance in due course are like the appearance and disappearance of winter and summer seasons. They arise from sense perception, O scion of Bharata, and one must learn to tolerate them without being disturbed. So these are the words of Lord Krishna speaking to Arjuna in the battlefield, reminding Arjuna of his duty as a Kshatriya to fight, and also asking him to tolerate the confusion, the hesitation, all of that. He should overlook that and he should follow his duty. So many soldiers have showed up on the Pandava side for this war, and at that point, the most valuable player, Arjuna, is having a confusion. Right? The war is about to begin and Arjuna is hesitating and he is thinking, should I even fight? Should I leave? Maybe that's better. I should go away. I can live by begging than engage in this fighting where so many people will get killed. Not only so many people, but all my relatives are here. My cousins are here, my friends are here. So he is concerned about them. And Krishna replies, once Arjuna surrenders unto Krishna and requests Krishna to instruct him as to what he should do, then Krishna, among many things he is saying, he says these words. So the aspect of tolerance is being highlighted, and that is the ask of Arjuna. It is not that Arjuna has not been tolerating. If we look at the history of the Pandavas went through so many injustices, and the Pandavas tolerated. And here, further, Krishna is asking to Arjuna to tolerate. It is not that Krishna told Arjuna, okay, you guys have suffered so much. Now you can sit in a corner, let me take care of this war for you. On the contrary, Krishna says, Sukha dukkha same kritva labha labhau jaya jayo tato yuddhaya yujyasva naivam papam avapsyasi. O Arjuna, consider with an equal vision Sukha and Dukkha. whether you have happiness or distress, whether you have profit or loss, labha labho, whether you have victory or defeat, with an equal mind, same kritva. And with that mentality, engage in your prescribed duty of warfare. Yuddhaya yujyasva. If you engage in your prescribed duty, naivam papam avapsyasi. You will not be touched by sin. Even though engaging in warfare is not a simple thing, you have to kill. And killing is considered a grave sin. But Krishna is reminding Arjuna that your duty as a Kshatriya is to fight. A warrior is supposed to fight. He cannot run away from battle. To run away from battle, on the contrary, is sinful. And Arjuna is being reminded of this. Arjuna doesn't get a free pass. On top of that, Krishna is asking, tolerate. Tolerate these inconveniences. And Srila Prabhupada is highlighting some practical aspects for us. It's not that we are being asked to go fight in a war. But there are some things that we have to follow, which may be inconvenient. But for a higher purpose, we have to tolerate and follow. So, today's talk is the lessons from the life of Pandavas. So, there are 5 Pandavas. So, I decided to pick 6 lessons. 5 plus 1. 6th is Krishna. Okay, so Pandavas and Krishna. So 6 lessons from the life of Pandavas. And how we can, there are many lessons from the life of Pandavas. It's not that there is only 6. There are many lessons, but I picked 6 for the sake of time. So we will cover those. So, history, a little bit of background. When the Pandavas were met or dealt with so many injustices, Vidura, who was the younger brother of the king Dhritarashtra, he was advising Dhritarashtra that what you are doing is wrong. And Dhritarashtra would always give excuses. So many people would advise Dhritarashtra. Many sages would advise, but Dhritarashtra would always say like this: when what you are saying is like lightning. When the moment it opens, it's like very clear. But as soon as a second passes, it's immediately darkness. I am back to my old self. In other words, Dhritarashtra was giving an excuse. Dhritarashtra was saying, whatever happened is fate. Maybe it's the fate. I cannot do anything. So this argument, Daivavad, that everything is happening because of fate. I cannot do anything. That was not approved of Krishna, by Krishna. Because Krishna told Dhritarashtra that you are talking about fate, because when Krishna came as the peace messenger, Dhritarashtra gave the same excuse. Shri Shri Nitai Sajanandan Devi Bhagavan ki jai, Shri Shri Lakshmi Narasimha Devi Bhagavan ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Dhritarashtra gave the same excuse that, oh, it is fate that the Pandavas had to go to the forest, and they are living in exile. And he, instead of giving back the kingdom, he told them, they have lived so many years in the forest, maybe they can live there only. They will be happy, they have become used to it. It's best for everyone's sake that they continue to live in the forest. So Krishna told, what you are saying is an excuse. There is also the aspect of responsibility. Your responsibility as a king is to administer justice. And you are running away from that responsibility. You cannot blame it all on fate and not acknowledge your part in it. So, Vidura was one such person who was advising Dhritarashtra to do the right thing. But Vidura was always offended. He was ridiculed, he was insulted, especially by Dhritarashtra's eldest son, Duryodhana. And at one point, Duryodhan insulted Vidura to such a degree and also threatened that Vidura should be put to death. And Vidura understood that, okay, it's time to leave because these people are not hearing. So Vidura leaves and he travels on a pilgrimage. He goes to many parts of India and finally he comes to the banks of the Yamuna. And at the banks of the Yamuna, he meets Uddhava. In the meantime, the Mahabharata war had completed. So Vidura had no news as to what happened. So he is asking Uddhava about what happened with the Pandavas. So when Vidura and Uddhava meet, they talk about Krishna, because when devotees meet, what do they talk about? They talk about Krishna. So please repeat after me. Machchitta madgata prana bodhayanta parasparam katayantascha mam nityam tushyanti cha ramanti cha. Lord Krishna is saying, the thoughts of my pure devotees dwell in me. Their lives are fully devoted to my service, and they derive great satisfaction and bliss from always enlightening one another and conversing about me. So this is what devotees do when they meet. They do not talk about movies, they do not talk about stock market, they do not talk about sports, this person, that person, least of all, gossip. You know what that person said? Right? None of that. They talk about Krishna. Again, in the Srimad Bhagavatam, please repeat. Vayam tuna vitrupyama uttama shloka vikrame yat shrinvatam rasajnanam swadu swadu pade pade. Can everyone read from the back? Is it okay? Little bigger. Okay. Better? Yes. Let's go to another tab. Let's make sure. Still small, right? I guess I have to keep doing it for every tab. So if it is small, please raise your hand, okay? So let's read this translation. These are the words of the sages. They are talking. We never tire of hearing the transcendental pastimes of the personality of Godhead, who is glorified by hymns and prayers. Those who have developed a taste for transcendental relationships with him relish hearing of his pastimes at every moment. So Uddhava and Vidura, two pure devotees of Lord, they meet and they are discussing about Krishna. And in the course of that discussion, naturally when talk of Krishna comes, talk of the devotees comes up. And so Vidura asks about the state of the Pandavas. And he is asking what happened with the Pandavas. And did they get their rightful kingdom back? Because the Kauravas had usurped their kingdom. So Vidura is asking, again, from the Srimad Bhagavatam. I'll make the font bigger. Yamau utashvit tanayau prataya parter vrithau pakshmabhir akshiniva remata uddhaya mridesvariktam parat suparnau iva vajri vaktrat. Sorry. Okay, translation. Are the twin brothers who are protected by their brothers doing well? Just as the eye is always protected by the eyelid, they are protected by the sons of Pritha who snatched back their rightful kingdom from the hands of their enemy Duryodhana, just as Garuda snatched nectar from the mouth of Indra, the thunderbolt carrier. So, Specifically, Vidura is inquiring about Nakula and Sahadeva. Why Nakula and Sahadeva? Because they were the youngest of the Pandavas. They were the twins. Plus, they were born to Madri. And Yudhishthir, Bhima, and Arjuna, those three were born to Kunti. So Madri is the stepmother. So looking at that way, they are not real blood brothers in that way. But Vidura is asking about these two in particular. Now, Srila Prabhupada makes a point here that were the Pandavas were able to get the rightful kingdom from the hands of Duryodhana. And Srila Prabhupada writes, Duryodhana was as strong as the king of heaven, Indra. And still the sons of Pritha, the Pandavas, were able to snatch away their kingdom from Duryodhana. Both Garuda and the Parthas are pet devotees of the Lord, and thus it was possible for them to face such strong enemies. So here we see one aspect of Krishna's mercy, that only by Krishna's help and assistance were the Pandavas able to survive. And Vidura is asking about the two brothers, Nakula and Sahadeva. And there is a reason for that, because since they were the sons of the stepmother, after obtaining the kingdom, he is asking, was there a division? Now, is there a division between these brothers? So here's the first lesson from that we can learn from the life of the Pandavas, that is that of inclusivity. Inclusivity. So, in this world, people are very used to creating divisions or to see with a divisive mentality. What is the first verse of Bhagavad Gita? How does the Bhagavad Gita start? Starts with Dhritarashtra Uvacha. What does it say? Dharmakshetre Kurukshetre Samaveda Mamaka Pandavaschaiva Kimma Kurvata Sanjaya. He says, Mamaka, after assembling at the place of this battle, Kurukshetra, Mamaka, what did my sons and the sons of Pandu do? Pandu is his own brother. But he calls the party of Duryodhan as my sons. So Dhritarashtra himself had a divisive vision. Similarly, people tend to see in terms of divisions. We see like, I am Indian, that's American. I am man, this is woman. I am rich, this is poor. I am learned, that person doesn't know anything. People tend to see in terms of differences. Prahlad Maharaj, in the 7th canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam, says the main problem with materialistic people is that they think in terms of friends and enemies. And they create divisions as a result. Sometimes even in a community of, let's say, people from the same country, for example, from India, they will say, oh, that is from North India, I am from South India. Even from the people from the same state, they will say, oh, I am this, that person is that caste. So many divisions are seen. And whenever we see with an eye with division, there will be problems. But the spiritualist see everything, everyone as Vasudeva Kudumbagam. Vasudeva Kudumbagam. Or everyone belongs to the family of Vasudeva. Once the disciples of Srila Prabhupada, they went to see an astrologer to learn about the future of Srila Prabhupada. And Bhavananda Prabhu, he came back to Srila Prabhupada and Srila Prabhupada asked, so what did the astrologer say? And Bhavananda Prabhu said, Srila Prabhupada, the astrologer, said that you will create a house in which the entire world can live in. And Srila Prabhupada said, yes, that is a fact. That is my mission. To see beyond these temporary bodily identifications, to see everyone as a part and parcel of Krishna, that is inclusivity. And the Pandavas were always inclusive. They did not look upon Nakula and Sahadeva as somebody different. Even after winning the war, Vidura is asking, as the eye is always protected by the eyelid. So Nakula and Sahadeva were always protected by the three elder brothers, Yudhishthir, Bhima and Arjuna. They were much stronger, but they never looked down upon their younger brothers. Just like the eye was being protected by the eyelid. So this is the first lesson, that is inclusivity. And second lesson is that of adversity. Adversity. No matter who you are or what position you are in, the nature of this world is that problems will come up, whether we like it or not. And the prime example is that of the Pandavas. So, according to Shastra, there are certain things which protect a person. First is Sharira. Sharira or the body. Second is Punya, pious activities. Third is Dharma or religion. Fourth is Suhrit or friends. And fifth is Shastra or scriptures. So these 5 things protect a person. What are they? Body, pious activities, religion, friends, and Shastra. So if we look at the Pandavas, Yudhishthir in particular, did he not do pious activities? Yes, he did. Did he not upheld religion? Yes, he was known as Dharmaraj, right? Did he not have a capable body? They were Maharathis, they were big warriors. So bodily, they had lot of body strength. Suhrit, did they not have friends? Yes, they had the best friend, Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna would personally come and dine with them. Finally, Shastra, were they not knowledgeable in scriptures? Yes. But in spite of that, adversity was coming upon them. So, Krishna says in the Gita, let me make the font bigger. Please repeat after me. Mamupayatya punarjanma Napnuvanti mahatmana samsiddhim. Translation. After attaining me, great souls who are yogis in devotion never return to this temporary world which is full of miseries because they have attained the highest perfection. So Krishna is calling this material world as Dukkhalayam Ashashvatam. Dukkha, there is miseries and it is temporary. There is no permanent situation. There is no happily ever after. So Krishna is saying that one should not place one's trust in some arrangements of this material world. Just by adjusting something, I can be happy. That is the fool's promise. I can adjust my situation. If it is hot, I will switch on the air conditioner. If it is cold, I will switch on the heater. And in this way, I will be happy forever. So, Krishna is saying this. What to speak of these words of Krishna after the Mahabharata war? Was Yudhishthir elated? Was he happy? Really happy? Okay, now I have won. Finally I got justice. I am ruling my kingdom. No, Yudhishthir felt responsible. He was so dejected that he was the cause of the death of so many people. Nobody could console him. Even Krishna could console Yudhishthir. And Krishna was proving a point. He wanted to highlight the glory of a particular personality, Bhishma Dev. Because Bhishma Dev was lying on the bed of arrows. He was waiting for the Pandavas to succeed and then leave his body. And most importantly, he was waiting for Lord Krishna to appear before him. So, to satisfy that desire, Krishna takes Yudhishthir to Bhishma Dev. And Bhishma Dev is instructing Yudhishthir, and he tells something very, very significant. He says, Yudhishthir, you have everything, all good qualities. There is not even a single tinge of a bad quality in you. You are capable in every regard. You know dharma. You know how to administer. You are physically strong, intellectually sharp. Everything is there. Yet, why did you have to suffer so much? I will never be able to understand this. And then he says this verse from the Srimad Bhagavatam. Please repeat, this is a very famous verse. Oh, I will make it bigger. Please repeat after me. Nahi asya karhichit rajan puman veda viditsitam yedi vijnasaya yukta muhyanti kavayo apihi. He says, O king, no one can know the plan of the Lord Sri Krishna. Even though great philosophers inquire exhaustively, they are bewildered. Krishna is standing right there and he is saying no one can understand the plan of this person. Even great philosophers inquire exhaustively. What is Krishna thinking? What is this plan? No one can understand. But whatever Krishna does is always for the good. So, Krishna is proving a point in the life of the Pandavas that even if you are the Pandavas, even if you are the epitome of ideal qualifications, there will be adversity in your life. What sets apart the devotees is how they respond to it. What do they do with it? So what did the Pandavas do in all these adverse situations? We will find out. So, what the devotees understand, Srila Prabhupada writes in a purport, is that the devotees accept everything as the plan of the Lord and they act, always keeping in mind how to serve the Lord. So we will see from the Pandavas, but this is the second lesson that is from the Pandavas' life, is that of adversity. One cannot escape it. Third lesson is that of unity. Unity. So the Pandavas always stayed together. Were the Pandavas different in character? Yes? Yes. If you take Bhimasena, for example, Bhimasena was full of passion. He was ready to kill Dhritarashtra, Duryodhana, everyone. And Yudhishthir would be the one holding him back. So, they were all of different thoughts, but they were united in their approach. They always stayed together, even if there were difference of opinions. So, it is said that a community is like, if you think about it, like sabji. There are people who are like salt. They stay in the background. You don't even see them. But without them, sabji won't taste good. There are people who are very, very sweet. There are people who are like red chilies, very high temper, explosive. You need that. Then there are people who are like turmeric, very colorful, eccentric. But you need all of these in sabji for it to taste good. Similarly, if you take like a garland, you can't see the garland now, but you see the garland, different kinds, colors of flowers are there. A bouquet has so many colors of flowers. And they all come together, then they look very nice. They all have different fragrances, different aspects, attributes to them. But together, when they are held together by that common string, then it is beautiful. Matta parataram na anyat kinchidasti dhananjaya mai sarvam midam protam sutre manigana iva. Krishna says in the Gita, there is no truth superior to me. Everything rests upon me like pearls are strung on a thread. In a garland, you don't see the thread. But without the thread, there is no garland. Devotees are united. They come together for the sake of Krishna and they stay together. This is very, very important. The Pandavas stayed together in spite of their differences. You see, Abhima was always like, let's kill them, let's fight, like that. And Yudhishthir was always laid back. No, let's forgive them, like that. And Arjuna was in the middle. So that's why Krishna gave Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna, right? That knowledge. Because he was not neither too extreme, violent, neither he was too laid back. He was ideal. So he received the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. But they were all united. And after the war, it is not that Arjuna became king. Right? Arjuna was the most valuable player. He could have said, I took so many difficulties, I killed so many people, I should be given this position. No. Arjuna was happy serving Yudhishthir. That's unity. Unity is very rare to find in this world. Right? So, one can ask a question. Were the Kauravas not united? Who were more united? Pandavas or Kauravas? What do you think? Pandavas? How many people think Pandavas were united? Okay, how many people think Kauravas were united? 1, 2. Okay, now we are having division now. Okay. Okay. But actually they were both united. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur says 4 levels of religion. Bhaya or fear, asha or material desires, kartavya or duty, and finally prema or love. Unity, Bhaktivinoda Thakur explains, of the Kaurava was based on the lower levels, that is that of bhaya and asha, or in fear and material desires. That's what united the Kauravas, fear and material desires. And it was of a lower level. The unity of the Pandavas came from kartavya, duty, and prema. They understood we have a duty towards the kingdom. We have a duty towards the citizens. But even more important, their unity was based on prema, love. If you want to bring about unity, we engage those who are working in companies know team building exercises, right? If you want to bring unity in a short amount of time, the first 2 factors or the first 2 levels, fear and material desires, will work. But that unity will not last. You see people, material world, they will come together when there is a common enemy, common threat. They will come together. That's done out of fear. Or they may have some desires to fulfill. So they try to cooperate to satisfy those desires. But the moment somebody's desire is in conflict with another, there is war. So that kind of unity doesn't last. But the unity that is based on duty and love, even more important, it takes a long time to establish, but it will last forever. That's the kind of unity that the Pandavas had. So, if we appreciate everyone, that everyone has been given some God-given abilities and they are able to serve Krishna in some unique manner and we are able to appreciate them, just like Srila Prabhupada did, then there will be unity. You can see that all the disciples of Srila Prabhupada, they loved Srila Prabhupada. Many of them had very few instances or zero instances to interact with Prabhupada also. But they loved him. Prabhupada didn't look upon the differences. Prabhupada didn't look upon somebody's shortcomings. He may, like disciples of Srila Prabhupada would say, Prabhupada may correct somebody. Like if somebody did a mistake, he would correct somebody, but he would never bring it up again. He would never say that you did this mistake 5 years ago. He will never say that. And devotees loved Srila Prabhupada. So unity is very, very important. Now, fourth lesson is that of opportunity. So we said the Pandavas went through so many reverses, but they found opportunity in every reversal. There is the story that they were in exile in the forest, and Yudhishthira was lying down by the banks of a river, and he was listening to the birds chirping, the water flowing, and the sages were chanting the holy names. And seeing this, Draupadi became upset. Draupadi, she told him, you are a king. You are not supposed to be lying on the ground. How can you tolerate this injustice? And immediately Bhima said, yes, let's do something. Let's go back and take back what is rightfully ours. And Yudhishthira says something very important. He says that in life, at every reversal, one should see it as an opportunity. One should try to better one's situation. Use it for spiritual upliftment. So, even though they were sent to the forest, Yudhishthira and the Pandavas obtained two things. One is they were able to perform penance and they obtained heavenly weapons. Second, they obtained the association of sages, very, very eminent sages, and they got instructions from them. Now, these sages would not live in cities, they would live in the forest. So, by being in the forest, Yudhishthira obtained that. On the contrary, Duryodhana, who lived in the palace, what did he get? He was always unhappy, he was always scheming how to kill the Pandavas. On top of that, he was also getting curses from sages who would visit, because he will not listen to them. Once sages had come to advise Duryodhan, and Duryodhan was shaking his thigh impatiently. He was showing his thigh, first of all, which is very disrespectful, and he was shaking it, which is a sign of impatience, that he was like, I don't want to listen to this. So the sages understood Duryodhana's attitude and said, keep shaking. Bhima is going to break that thigh. So that's what Duryodhan got. But on contrary, the Pandavas got opportunity. When the Pandavas an attempt was made to kill the Pandavas in the house of Lak. After leaving that house, the Pandavas escaped through a tunnel. They didn't go back to Hastinapur because they had no allies in Hastinapur. So they went, but what happens after that, right after that? One may see it, an attempt was made by the king's own sons. What security is there? Life is under threat. One may become depressed. But what happens right after that incident is that the Pandavas found Draupadi. They went to the kingdom of Drupad and they got a powerful ally in Drupad. More important, they got the association of Krishna. Because in the Draupadi Swayamvar, at that, or not Swayamvar, that contest that was there, That's where Krishna and Balram identify Pandavas. In fact, Krishna points out these 5 people who were dressed as Brahmanas. He says, you see those 5 people? They are not Brahmanas. Right? There is something special about them. Right? And that is the first meeting of Krishna with the Pandavas. So, 2 things happen. One, they get the hand of Draupadi. Second, they get the association of Krishna. So, opportunity. Even when they were given this place called Khandavprasth, right? They were given, when they came back, they were given, because now Dhritarashtra could not ignore the Pandavas anymore because Draupadi is his ally. Now, what did he do? Okay, I will give you a kingdom. He gives them Khandavprasth, which was pretty much barren land. Pandavas could have protested. They could have said, no, we are the sons of the king Pandu. We have first right on selecting where we should have our kingdom. No, they didn't complain. But with their efforts, with their tapasya, they converted Khandavprasth into Indraprasth, a city which was rivaled or which was rivaling the beauty of the capital of Indra, like a heavenly planet. So in every adversity, the Pandavas saw opportunity. Even in the Agyatvas, Arjuna had to act like a apsara, like a dancer, like a teacher, right? Even there was opportunity. There was an alliance that was established with the king of Virat, like that. So many examples are there where opportunity, right? Even in reversals, they converted that into opportunity. This is another lesson for us. So far we have covered 4. What are they? First, inclusivity. Second, unity. Adversity, yes. Don't forget that. There will be adversarials and adverse situations, even if you are the Pandavas. Okay, 3. Fourth, opportunity. Yes. 4. Fifth one is no negativity. Even after they went through all these reversals, the Pandavas never harbored any negativity towards anyone. So, in the Srimad Bhagavatam, there is this verse, very nice verse. Please repeat. Tiraskrita vipralabdha shapta kshipta hata api nasya tat pratikurvanti tadbhakta prabhavo apihi. This verse comes in the context of Maharaj Parikshit. So Maharaj Parikshit was cursed to die in 7 days. And these are the words of Shamik Rishi, the father of Shringi. The Shringi is the Brahmana boy who cursed Maharaj Parikshit. So he is saying, Tiraskrita means being defamed. The devotees of the Lord are so forbearing that even though they are defamed, cheated, cursed, disturbed, neglected, or even killed, they are never inclined to avenge themselves. Parikshit Maharaj could have counteracted. He didn't. For his own sake, he didn't do. That doesn't mean that devotees are doormats. For everything they will just tolerate. No, the devotees protest when the Lord or other devotees are being threatened. They do react. But for their own sake, they do not. And that is what Shamik Rishi is appreciating about Parikshit Maharaj. So, this is no negativity. The Pandavas could have been rightfully, they could have harbored ill intent towards the Kauravas because they were cheated. Were the Pandavas not defamed? Yes. Their wife was insulted. Multiple attempts were made against their lives. They could have been in their right to harbor some negative emotions. But on the contrary, once Pandavas were in exile in the forest, Duryodhana had sent a party, his army, behind to finish off the Pandavas in the forest. And he had come with them, actually. And there he got into a fight with a Gandharva. And the Gandharva are much more powerful and they arrested Duryodhana. What did Yudhishthira do? Yudhishthira heard the news. And he also understood Duryodhana's purpose. It was not to bring the Pandavas back, it was to kill them. But Duryodhana was saved by Yudhishthira. So Yudhishthira sends Arjuna and Bhima to the Gandharva to secure the release of Duryodhana. So this was much more humiliating to Duryodhana now. First he tries to kill them, and then he has to be saved by the very people who he tried to kill. But the Pandavas never harbored any negative emotions. Draupadi, another example. Ashwathama killed her 5 sons in their sleep. Which mother can tolerate that? But when Ashwathama was captured, Draupadi tells that Ashwathama should not be killed. Why? Because Shri Nitai Sachinandan Dev Bhagavan ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Because she says that Ashwathama is the son of your Guru, Dronacharya. And his mother did not commit sati because she had a grown-up son. I don't want the mother of Ashwathama, that is Kripi, to go through the same pain I am experiencing of that of losing a son. So she was arguing not to kill Ashwathama. So not harboring any negative emotions. I will end soon, one more point, 5 minutes, is that okay? So finally, 5 lessons from the Pandavas. Now finally the 6th lesson, that of humility. So even though they won all this, they won the battles, they survived everything, the Pandavas remained humble. Humility, very, very important. In the Brihad Bhagavatamrita, there is the story, or there is the narration of Narad Muni going to various devotees of the Lord and asking who obtained the mercy of the Lord the most. And he comes finally asking, he gets pointed towards the Pandavas. And he comes and glorifies the Pandavas that, oh Pandavas, you obtained the mercy of the Lord the most, because the Lord would come and stay with you, dine with you, advise you, and he would stay like a normal family member. So you obtained the mercy of the Lord. But of course, the Pandavas, being humble, they said, no, we didn't get the mercy of the Lord. Krishna came and stayed with us. He advised us. Why? Dharma samsthanartha. Because we were the kings. He was obliged to. We are not the recipients of mercy. Who is the recipients of mercy? The Yadavas are, because they are related to Krishna. They are Krishna's own people. So Narad Muni goes there and he glorifies the Yadavas that, oh, you got the mercy of Krishna. And they say, no, we didn't get the mercy of Krishna. But one person in particular amongst us got it. That is Uddhava. Uddhava had the association of Lord Krishna as a confidant. So Narad Muni goes to Uddhava and praises him, and Uddhava says, no, I didn't get the mercy of Krishna. Krishna sent me as a messenger to where? To the gopis. I was sent as a messenger and I thought, okay, they are feeling separation from Krishna, I will teach them some impersonalism. Focus on Brahman. Like that I went to teach. I told Krishna, I will be back in a day or 2. But Uddhava ended up staying there for 3 months. Not teaching, but learning from the gopis. He was overwhelmed by the love that the gopis had for Krishna. Uddhava tells Narad Muni, I thought I was being sent to teach the gopis something. But actually what Krishna wanted me to do was to learn from the gopis. So the gopis are the one who obtained the mercy of the Lord the most. So, this is the nature of the devotees. Devotees never claim that, yes, I have reached perfection. They always feel that I have not got the mercy of the Lord. Right? They are humble in that manner. This is what attracts Krishna, the humility. Krishna does not tolerate pride in his devotees. So the more humble one is, the more one attracts the mercy of Krishna. And this is the final lesson, right? Krishna consciousness is the only movement where even the stalwart persons feel a sense of incompleteness. Generally, in any other field, if you achieve something, you feel like, yes, I have got something. But in Krishna consciousness, there is no end. Swadu swadu pade pade. Every step there is more and more and more relishment. So those are the 6 lessons from the life of Pandavas. I apologize for taking longer than usual. But if there are questions, we can take it after Aarti. Okay? Now we get to take part in Kirtan and glorify the Lord. Thank you so much. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Haribo. If everyone can put the mats away, please. Thank you. Can we get the big mic? Can we get the big mic? Who's going to... Should we have Govardhan Prabhu chant? Should we have Govardhan Prabhu chant? Yes. Govardhan. Come and chant. Oh, you did nice.
What?
You did nice.
I look nice? Thank you.
No, I said you...
नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचार विशेषा शून्यवादी पश्चात्यादेशता जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवास आदि गौर भक्तवृंदा जय जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Radhe Shyam Jaya Krishna Balaram Jaya Ram Jaya Krishna Balaram Jaya Radhe Shyam Jaya Krishna Balaram Jaya Radhe Shyam Jaya Krishna Balaram Jaya Radhe Shyam Jaya Vrindavan Dham 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada जय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल श्री श्री ताई सच्चिदानंद भगवान की जय
जय विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिवार का आचार्य अभय चरणारविंद भक्त वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद जी महाराज की नितला प्रवेश जय विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिवार का आचार्य भक्ति सिद्धांत श्री ठाकुर गोस्वामी प्रभुपाद जी महाराज की जय षड गोस्वामी प्रभुगण की जय गुरु परंपरा की जय प्रेम से कहो जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवश्री गौर भक्त वृंद की जय गंगा माय जमुना माय की जय भक्ति देवी तुलसी महारानी की जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य महाप्रभु की जय श्रीमान नित्यानंद प्रभु की जय श्री श्रीताय सचिनंदन भगवान की श्री श्री नृसिंहदेव भगवान की भक्त श्रील प्रहलाद महाराज की श्री श्री कृष्ण बलराम भगवान की वृंदावन मथुरा द्वारिका धाम की मायापुर नवद्वीप धाम की जगन्नाथ बलभद्र सुभद्रा महारानी चक्र संजीव की जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव भक्त वृंद की जय, शुभ मध्याह्न आरती की जय, मध्याह्न आरती जगदानकारी गौर भक्त वृंद की जय, इसका समस्त आचार्य गुरु वृंद की जय। निताय गौर सीतनाथ प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। ऑल गौरशुदर्शन हरे कृष्ण, ऑल गौरशुदर्शन हरे कृष्ण, ऑल गौरिष्ठ गुरु एंड गौरांग, ऑल गौरिष्ठ प्रभुपाद की जय।
Haribo. Hello. Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Praladalaine. Praladalaine. Hiranyakashi Purvakshaha. Hiranyakashi Purvakshaha. Shilatanka nakhalaye. Shilatanka nakhalaye. Shilatanka nakhalaye. Shilatanka. Ito Narsimha Parato Narsimha. Ito Narsimha Parato Narsimha. Yato yami tato Narsimha. Yato yami tato Narsimha. Bahe Narsimha, Hridaye Narsimha. Bahe Narsimha, Hridaye Narsimha. Narasimha Madim Sharanam Prapade. Narasimha Madim शरणं प्रपद्ये नरसिंहमदिं शरणं प्रपद्ये तव कर कमलवरे नखामद्भुत शृङ्गार दलिता हिरण्यकशिपु तनुभृङ्गा केशवदिता नरहरिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे ओ जय जगदीश हरे तव कर कमलवरे नखा रूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय केशवदिता नरहरि रूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे ओ जय जगदीश हरे जय केशवदिता हरे ओ जय केशवदिता नरहरि रूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे ओ जय जगदीश हरे केशवदिता जय केशवदिता नरहरि रूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे ओ जय जगदीश हरे जय केशवदिता नरहरि रूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे ओ जय जगदीश हरे जय नरसिंहदेव 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 जय नरसिंहदेव 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 जय नरसिंहदेव 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 जय नरसिंहदेव जय प्रहलाद महाराज प्रहलाद महाराज प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 श्रील प्रभुपाद जय जय गुरुदेव 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 श्रील गुरुदेव निताय गौरा हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल गौरा हरि बोल निताय गौरा हरि बोल गौरा हरि बोल। विघ्ननाशक श्री लक्ष्मी नरसिंहदेव भगवान की, भक्त शिरोमणि प्रहलाद महाराज की, श्री श्री निताय सच्चिदानंद देव भगवान की, जगत गुरु श्री प्रभुपाद की।
हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे।